everyone, welcome to First Class. I'm one half of the class teachers, Miss Marsh, as you're well aware. Mr Southey is other, but he's holding the camera, so obviously you can't see him at the moment, but you'll be seeing him later. Now, just a quick run through of some of the things that we do in this class. The Year 4 parents, you'll obviously already be aware of some of the routines, but a lot has changed with all of the COVID at the moment. There are lots of changes in school for everybody to be aware of. One of the main things at the moment, PE is happening on a Monday and a Wednesday. The Wednesday one is likely to stay the same throughout the year because that's covered by Mr Halfpenny. The Monday session may well change as we move throughout the year, but if it does change, we'll let you know before every half term so that you can make sure that your child comes suitably dressed, ready for PE on that day. In terms of changing reading books, the time to do that is every morning when your child arrives in school. If they need to change their reading book, when they arrive in the classroom, they let an adult know, either me, Mrs Woods or Mr Southey, and then their reading books can be changed so that they've got a new reading book to take home that night. Homework books are to be in every Monday. On a Monday we do the spelling test as well. The spelling test scores will be transferred into the homework books, and any incorrect scores, spellings will be highlighted so that you can have a record of the spellings that your children are getting wrong.
This is one of our posters that's all around the classroom, and it's to do with think, the words that children use. And the filter is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it's not, it shouldn't be.
Obviously in the morning now, as we come into school, we've got lots of things in our hands. We've got increased hand washing, so it is really important that children are bringing the minimum amount of things into school that they need to have. Pencil cases should be staying in school. If for any reason that happens to go home, please make sure it comes back every day so that your child's got their own equipment that they need for the day in order to complete their work. They also need to be bringing a water bottle every day and their reading books. Things that we're discouraging from coming into school are toys and notebooks and other equipment that children love to bring in their bags if they can stay at home, because obviously we're trying to reduce the amount of transmission of any kinds of infections. They're ready. Now, one of the key things at the moment, the hardest thing for us, one of the biggest changes is the lack of communication. So we're not having time in the morning or after school to communicate with parents. That's really hard. I know it's hard for you as a parent, but it's also really hard for us as teachers because we really like to come out and see you at the end of the day and share the work that your children have been doing, and also share any concerns that we may have and answer any questions that you may have. Obviously in the current times, that's a really difficult situation for both you and us. And one thing that I'd like to say is, if you've got any questions, any concerns, anything you'd like to share with us, if you send an email in, what I would say is if it's urgent and you need it looking at that day and dealing with that day, please make sure that you send an email to the office as well, because I'm sure you're well aware our school day now starts from 8:15 and we're here till 3:30. We're not getting a morning break anymore. We're working through our lunchtime, so therefore we haven't got the capacity within the school day to be pulling and checking up on emails. So the chances are it may well be at 7 o'clock at night when I've got home and put my children to bed that I'm then opening email. So if it's something that you're expecting a response from for that day, please make sure it goes to the office so that it is picked up by a member of the office staff and it will be passed on to us. Equally, with any communication, if you've got anything that you'd like us to see on a Monday, the homework books do get collected, the reading records are checked. You can use it and act as if like it's the Keeping in Touch book. So if there's any messages that you'd like to communicate over the weekend for us to see on a Monday, please write them in there. We'll pick it up on the Monday, and then anything that needs dealing with, we can be dealt with, and then we can obviously pass those back to you and we can put any response in there if there's anything that needs responding to. We've been amazed with how well all children have settled into First Class this year. Not only have the Year 4s come back and picked up from where they left off, the Year 3s have come in to say that it's a new class, the classroom completely different, the seating arrangements are completely different. They've all done incredibly well. There have been a lot of changes in terms of the way that we're seated, the way that we're working. It's a learning curve for everybody. Not only are the children learning and picking things up every day, but as teachers, as adults in the school, we're also learning, and we're having new government guidelines coming in that we're having to change and adapt things to, and the children have done an incredible job of picking up the new routines really quickly, and we're getting really good at coming in the morning, washing our hands really quickly, settling down and getting started with our work and our learning.
Okay. Homework. We would put a high priority on reading. The target is 5 times a week. If they do more than that, then great. We want them to enjoy reading, not just to have it as a chore. And if those are really confident readers, then please talk to them about the book and get them to perhaps think about what might happen next, and just checking that understanding and comprehension, not just decoding the words. Spellings, a number of parents have asked about spellings. You're learning them one at a time. We want them to hopefully do it daily and practice. Some of them can practice that with their handwriting as well, which reinforces the spelling learning. Would be really good. Looking at maths and how you can help with maths, we've got probably two key areas. One would be the times tables. We want them all to, by the end of year 4, to be really confident with their times tables. It has a profound effect on their maths learning, and I'll put a photo in and explain that to you to show you how significant that can be. In the car, when you walk into school, the little and often is what you want, and so they just know them, and as I said, free that working memory. The other thing you can do as a real help with number is what we call number bonds. So number bonds to 10, 20 and 100. And again, we do it in class. The children know what that is. So for example, simply numbers to 10 would be 8, 2, 6, 4, 5, 5. And they can do it without thinking. Same with numbers to 20 and to 100. And again, it's freeing working memory. If they've got those strategies to do those really quickly, helps them in so much of the areas of maths. With the times tables, we do like a fortnightly rolling program, and they're tested on the Thursday to find out what they really know. And we will then use that to adjust the rock stars for each of the children so that they get to move on, but some of them will keep them open, like 10s and 5s we've done, and coming on with 2s, so that they can go back and practice those that need practicing. And they'll also get certificates, which we'll do with good work. Reading, we're going to do the rewards for that. So we'll do the bronze, silver and gold, which children have been used to, and some appropriate small prize for them. We've got a great system, not organised by me, at the start of the day. So when they come in, that's really important that we can quarantine the books and they can choose a new appropriate book. So that's when we'll be doing that first thing in the morning when they're settling in.
Limited opportunity to communicate with you. One thing that we're going to be doing as an extra, we're aiming every fortnight to send out an email just to update you on things that have been happening in the classroom, whether it's to do with the lessons and the learning that the children have been involved in, or whether it's an event that's happened. So I know we've had a couple of visitors this week. We've had a bee in the classroom, we've had a moth in the classroom, and we've had a fire alarm practice. So anything like that we'll update you with in emails, just so obviously you've got an insight into what's happening in the classroom, because I know some children are forthcoming and tell you about everything that's happening in the classroom every school day, and then other children come out and you ask them what they've been doing and it's just nothing. They've not been doing any writing, any reading, any learning whatsoever. All they've been doing all day is just nothing. So hopefully that will eliminate that, and you'll just get to see a quick insight as to what we've actually been doing within the school day.
Here each circle represents a maths topic, and the bigger the circle, the more important it is and how it connects to others. So it's really worth making sure they know their times tables, because their biggest circle is times tables, and this goes right through to secondary education. This is another one of our posters in the classroom, again to encourage the children to just be positive. We'll often say to them, if they can do something, then they're practicing. If they can't, then we celebrate, because then learning can start. And so never to get down when you can't do something. Failure is only first attempt in learning, and a real fail would only be if they actually don't try or give up. And we found that works really, really well with the children. Children pick up this positive mindset towards their work. We really hope you found this video helpful. First time we've ever had to do anything quite like this. It was a bit weird for us, and it's all a bit weird for you. But looking forward to really working together with you for the sake of your precious children, and look forward to a great year. Bye for now from both of us.